What martial art should I train? This is a great question, great beginner question. Let's get right into it. So there are a ton of martial arts styles out there, so many, right? And the thing that people don't know is that every martial art is different. They all achieve a different objective. They achieve a different goal. They're not equal. They're not made the same. That's the wonderful side of martial arts. It's like a buffet, you know? You can have any kind of flavor you want. You can have dessert, you can have appetizer, you can have the main course. Like, anything will work for you. You just have to decide what your objective is when you choose a martial art. Find out what your goal is first. Let's find out what your objective is first, okay? Some people, they might go into a martial art because they had a traumatic experience. They want to learn martial art for self-defense, okay? That's great. They might choose a martial art that is more reality or more self-defense based, less about sport, more about how to defend yourself, okay? If that's the route that you're going with, right, you might train something like, jiu-jitsu. You might train something like boxing. You might train something like kung fu. You might train something like, Krav Maga or something like that. Something that is about defense, something that is about getting out of a situation, knowing how to defend yourself. Not necessarily about attacking someone, but about knowing how to defend yourself and escaping, right? So you would have those kinds of martial arts, so you have to do a little bit more research on that, okay? Then you have the people that are looking to get in shape, doing it for health, doing it to stay active, okay? That is, again, a wide range of martial arts styles, right? You can do a lot of martial arts that actually will get you to your fitness goals, right? A lot of martial arts require physical activity, so literally any martial art is probably good for that. So karate, kung fu, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, muay thai, and anything in between, right? If you're just looking to stay active and you're doing it for health, you'll choose one of those martial arts, okay? Over on the other side is you want to compete in martial arts. You want to be like a martial arts fighter. Like, you want to be a fighter. You want to be a competitive martial artist. Okay, so then you will choose a martial art that has a competitive aspect or a competitive training towards it, okay? Because you're looking to achieve a goal in that direction. So you might be choosing something like jiu-jitsu, because there's a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions. You might be choosing something like boxing or Muay Thai, where there's, fights happening all the time. You might be choosing something like karate. There's competitions in karate, taekwondo, so on and so forth. So you're looking to compete, you're looking to fight, you're going to want to train in martial arts that are designed for that reason, for fighting. How do you know which martial arts is right for you? Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about soft martial arts styles versus hard martial arts styles first, okay? Soft styles are martial arts styles that are more easygoing. They're less about the physical. They're more about the mental. They're more about the concepts that you apply in your brain, okay? Know how to move your body in a circular, in general, in a circular motion, where you're learning to move your body in a way that applies the concepts of that martial art in a more soft way. And by soft, meaning you're not using direct force, or you're not using direct muscle against an attacker or against another opposing force, okay? You're looking to move around it, or you're looking to maneuver it and divert the energy in a different way. So soft martial arts styles are examples like Aikido or Tai Chi or Japanese Jiu-Jitsu or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Judo or Wing Chun, for example, right? So these are more like soft styles where you move around your target, you move around your enemy, and then you subdue your enemy by trying to use leverage and trying to use, the flow of the energy and momentum, as opposed to using pure physicality and muscle and bone, okay? Moving along that scale, okay? You got the soft martial arts, and then it goes into sort of like your soft, hard martial arts, okay? Martial arts that have a soft side to it and a hard style to it. And some of these martial arts are martial arts like karate, taekwondo, any kind of kung fu style, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, judo, right? So now you have a combination of both soft and hard. You have techniques that use the other person's weight, energy, momentum, right? Leverage, things like that. But also you need some physical attributes to make these moves work. You have some physicality involved, okay? So, you know, judo, you're off balancing the guy, you're tossing him in the air, but doesn't mean, you know, doesn't mean you can do that with no muscle at all. Yeah, you have to have some muscle, you know, you have to have some strength if you're going to lift the guy up and throw him, or if you're going to toss him, right? It requires some strength, you know. Jiu-jitsu, you know, another great example is you're choking someone out, you're arm barring someone, you're foot locking someone, you're putting somebody in a triangle. These are all like sort of like soft ways to like subdue your opponent because you're not hurting them, you're only choking them, or you're making them submit or tap out. But you're going to need some strength, you're going to need some speed, you're going to need some physicality to pull these kinds of moves off. And that's why it's a soft, hard kind of style, okay? So now moving on to, you know, the hard style martial arts, the styles that are really about the external, right? Now, soft martial arts, they might name it internal, right? Hard arts are all external styles, okay? Like, it's all about, you know, bashing someone, force to force, you know, outsizing them, out-muscling them, you know, out-striking them, out-punching them, you know, everything. So the hard style martial arts are styles like boxing. You're punching each other in the head, you know, full contact. You know, sanda, you know, like kind of kung fu. Sanda kung fu is like, you know, hard style, you know. Wing Chun can be a hard style, right? You're punching people in the face, okay? Muay Thai, obviously. Muay Thai is a hard style, external style, okay? Punches, kicks, knees, elbows, everything, all kinds of strikes, full contact, right? You know, almost nothing soft about it. And also wrestling. Wrestling is all external, right? Explosive muscle, explosions, 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 muscling into the takedown, lifting the guy up. You need a lot of strength. You need a lot of explosive power. You need a lot of speed. Wrestling, right? And of course, other styles, sambo, jiu-jitsu, all those kinds of things where you require a huge amount of physicality and athleticism, okay? And strength and toughness, okay? That's all going to be hard style martial arts. Now that you know, okay, soft style, hard style, let's talk about the level of difficulty, okay? Generally speaking, well, actually I should say, level of difficulty depends on who you are, okay? It really depends person to person. Some people, they're really talented and they're really physically gifted, and they can do all kinds of martial arts. They can do soft styles, they can do soft, hard styles, and they can do hard style martial arts. That's great. That means any martial art that you choose to do, you're going to be good at, right? Now, some people who are maybe less physically capable, maybe they have less physical attributes, maybe a little bit smaller, maybe a little bit skinnier, maybe a little bit less physical, they might gravitate towards either soft, hard martial arts in order to strengthen themselves up, or they gravitate towards soft style martial arts where they try to use more leverage and they try to use more of their brain, their mind, and they try to use more movement as opposed to, you know, just raw strength and muscle in order to use their martial art and subdue their opponent. They might gravitate towards a soft, hard style or a soft style. Now, for people who are very physical, maybe they're very big, maybe they're very strong, maybe they're very fast, maybe they're very explosive, or they're just athletically gifted, they might gravitate towards a hard style martial art because to them, they're going to get good at it really fast, faster than the people that aren't as physically gifted, because hard style martial arts require a lot of physical gifts. They might gravitate towards a hard style martial art because they're going to be good at that and they're going to be able to beat people with it, right? They're going to get an enjoyment factor out of that, right? That's not to say that soft style martial arts don't require physicality. Of course they do, right? If you're doing, you know, performance type martial arts, or if you're doing wushu, or if you're doing martial arts with forms, you know, a lot of intricate forms, those require a lot of physicality as well, but a different kind of physicality. It's more about body coordination and control of your own limbs. Whereas these hard style martial arts are about fighting, or about competition, or about hurting your opponent, and about attacking, right? So different styles, right? Different levels of difficulty depending on who you are. And then let's talk about your personality traits as well, right? Who you are as a person, and then maybe your age, you know, a different attitude at a different age too, right? So maybe if you're young and you're impatient, you're full of energy, and you're full of drive, you're full of, you know, fiery, passion, right? Soft style martial arts, or maybe soft hard style martial arts, maybe too slow for you. The pace is too slow. These are more cerebral. They take more patience. They take a longer time to get good at. These kinds of styles are maybe not for you, right? You're a young guy or a young athletic person, right? You want to gravitate towards the hard style right away. You want to fight. You want to train hard. You want to compete in sports. You want to win medals. You want to win fights. You want to whatever, right? You're going to gravitate towards the really hard styles and physical styles, possibly. And then when you get older, maybe when you mature, your fire is kind of down a little bit. You don't have as much energy anymore. Maybe you're retired, or maybe you're a family person now. You're a hobbyist. Your competitive days are over. You're just training martial arts just to keep yourself healthy, to improve your skills, things like that. Maybe the hard style physical martial arts are no longer as important in your life, or no longer as appealing to you in your life. Your personality has shifted. Your personality has changed. So now soft hard styles or soft styles now are more appealing to you, because now it's about self-improvement. It's not about external validation anymore. It's not about you going out there and beating people up in fights. It's not about you going out there and using your martial arts and knocking people out or making people tap out or whatever. Maybe that's not so much appealing to you anymore, because you've kind of done that. You've beaten people. It's a young man's game, that kind of thing. And then now you're ready to graduate towards the soft styles, or the soft hard styles, where you're doing martial arts just to improve your own technique. You're doing forms just to improve your own technique. You're doing, strikes just to improve your own technique. Or you're just doing, jiu-jitsu just to improve your own technique, or to stay in shape. Then you might gravitate towards these things, right? Or maybe you are just a different person. Your personality is different. Or maybe you're starting martial arts later in life. Or even as a young person, you have a different personality. Different martial arts are going to gravitate towards different people with different personalities and styles, okay? Some people are going to enjoy doing the softer styles more. It fits with who they are, and it fits with their personality, and fits what they want out of that martial art. Some people are just going to be more excited and gravitate towards the hard styles because it's more exciting. It's more physical. It makes them work harder. Then they gravitate towards that. So it's a very individual way, right? There is no best answer. There is no best martial art I should learn. Now, that's for a different topic. So which martial art should I train? The one that you find is going to get you to reach your own personal goals, right? Whether that is health related, whether that is fitness related, whether that is attribute related, like if you want to increase your flexibility, like, okay, maybe you're going to do soft style, If you want to increase your power, maybe that's a hard style, okay? So that is very, very individual. You got to figure out what your objective is. Maybe you're doing it for cultural reasons. Maybe you're doing it to learn another culture, or learn another tradition, or learn another language, or learn whatever, spirituality-wise. So as long as your objective fits with what that martial art does, or where that martial art is going to take you, do your own research, figure out, okay, which is the right martial art that is for you. Try to validate if your idea of that martial art is actually the one that you think it is, right? Because sometimes you might think, well, if I train Aikido, it's going to turn me into this person. It's like, maybe not. Like, you're going to have to do some research. Maybe that's not what you really think it is, right? Or maybe if you do Muay Thai and you think like, oh, you're going to become a badass fighter, it's like, not necessarily. You still have to put in the hard work. You still have to be physically capable of doing it, right? So you got to do your own research and experiment. Try it out. Try out a class. Try out a week. Try out a month, right? See if it fits you, right? And if it fits who you are. Because some people also find out that they don't like it after they try it. Some people, they wrestle, they grapple, they want to do jiu-jitsu, and then they realize, they don't want to get squished. They don't want to have someone squishing their face on the floor. They don't like sweating. They don't like rolling with other people in close contact. It's too claustrophobic for them. Then maybe grappling and wrestling is not for them. They're just going to stick to a striking style kind of art. And then the opposite way, like if you are, a shorter, stockier person, maybe you don't have as much height, don't have as much enough reach, then maybe you don't really want to do striking arts because you always feel like it's at a disadvantage because taller guys, longer guys with reach are able to, beat you all the time. So then you want to gravitate towards the more grappling arts and more wrestling type arts where you can actually use your size and strength against them because you have a body type that's built more for that. So body types are different too, right? Long and lanky, maybe striking is good for you. Short, stocky, maybe more grappling and wrestling is suited for you. And also mix and match, right? It works out for everyone as long as you put in the time, you put in the dedication, you put in the hard work. You'll find that eventually every martial art is suitable for everyone. As long as you're willing to put in the work, okay? Have fun, happy training.